Welcome to Fair Game. I'm Kristine Leahy. My guest today is a former Pro Bowl running back who played in the NFL for 9 years. Now he's an entrepreneur who you might recognize from his appearance earlier this season on ABC's Shark Tank. Justin Forsett is here, and I'm so excited to talk to you about Shark Tank. But first, I want to go back to high school. You were not heavily recruited out of high school. A lot of colleges weren't even offering you scholarships because of your size.
Right.
You eventually went to play at Cal, but was the size thing for you always frustrating?
It was always frustrating because I was producing, but I just didn't have the stature. You know, I was 5'8" in high school, probably like 185 pounds, soaking wet, and but I was producing at a high level. I won 2 back-to-back state championships in Texas, and had all these records, but everyone was saying like he's just too small. He wouldn't last in D1 football.
Did you think you were going to grow maybe?
I was hoping that I was going to have one of those like Dennis Rodman spurts. I had stories of guys just growing, but my family's short, so the odds were stacked against me.
Hey, you still did it.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yes.
It worked out.
So you were roommates with Marshawn Lynch at Cal. What was it like living with him?
Man, so we came in both freshmen in the freshman class in 2004, and we roomed together our first training camps, and he's a different guy. He's a guy.
What do you mean different?
He's different. I mean, he's a guy that, he's from Oakland, so he is, very big personality, but then he has this other side where he's just like a really like warm, like teddy bear type guy. Like I've seen him literally on campus give the shirt off his back. Like someone was in need of a shirt. They liked his shirt, and he was like, man, I would love to have a shirt like that. He was like, hey man, here. And he walked around the rest of campus with his shirt off him.
So you're saying if I met Marshawn Lynch and I liked his shirt and I just said, hey, could I have that? He would give it to me?
I'm pretty sure he would. Just 'cause he's got a big heart.
So you played in the league for 9 years, 8 different teams. What is that like, bouncing around as much as you did?
I call it an unstable blessing. It was a blessing to be able to, continue to do what I love to do and play football, but it was unstable because I was constantly picking up my family and moving from one city to the next, and it was tough, but it allowed me to create some wonderful relationships with teammates. There's like 6 degrees of separation between me and, basically everyone in the NFL now.
Yeah.
I'm like the Kevin Bacon of the NFL. I play with everybody.
So a lot of there were doubters, right,
Yep.
of you. Did that help motivate you, or did you have some times where you started to question yourself?
No, it was definitely motivation.
Okay.
From day one, since Pop Warner, people were telling me what I couldn't do because of my size and limitations, but I wasn't going to let adversity or people's limitation define me. I was going to allow it to refine me and make me a better person, a better athlete, better man. I had to really look from within to figure out, what I wanted to do in my life. And I knew I wanted to play football. I saw Barry Sanders playing when I was growing up, and I was like, man, I want to do that, and I want to do it at a high level.
Was there any team that you felt like didn't give you a fair shot?
Sure, there was a few out there, but
Spill it. Tell me.
I'm gonna name some names.
Yeah.
So that Jacksonville stint, it was tough for me. It was one of the darkest moments of my life and my career because there was nothing that I could do to better my situation. I felt, all I wanted was the opportunity to really show that I belonged and that I could play. And, they had other plans. And I really had to dig deep because I thought that year was going to be my last year of football. I was getting ready to transition out. I was getting ready because I was like, at this point, if I'm not playing for a team that's, only won like 2-4 games, I mean, who else is going to give me a shot? And, lo and behold, the next season I go to Baltimore.
Yeah.
And things changed drastically for me.
They sure did in Baltimore. So you were there when the Ray Rice incident happened. You were teammates with him. Did you talk to him during that time? What was your reaction to all that?
So, yeah, it was definitely a tough situation because I've known Ray for a long time. We came out in the same draft together, and it was just, got to know his family during that time, and it was just really hard to see. It was definitely an unfortunate situation that, he put himself in, and then we had to, deal with the backlash of it all. As an organization kind of trying to move forward, I essentially took his spot when he was when he was out, which afforded me the opportunity to really get a chance that I never had gotten in the NFL up until that point. So, it was kind of bittersweet during that time to see that, hey man, one of my friends is really going through some, a situation that he put himself in that's very unfortunate. And then, I got the best season of my career.
Did you talk to him about this?
What was crazy about just how, his mindset was during that time, he was going through a whole bunch of scrutiny, and, well-deserved.
Right. I'm glad you
for
added
it.
that.
Yeah, well-deserved. And it was a tough time, a dark place for him, but he still found time to reach out to me to ask if you need anything, I'm here for you. Like if you want to go over and watch tape, understand defenses, how we do things with the Ravens, like I'm here for you. During that time, he should have been worried about, he couldn't worry about anything else.
Yeah, but I had never heard that before, and that's actually really impressive to me that still, he's going through all of this. He realizes that his career might possibly be over. Sure. You're taking his spot, and he still reaches out to you to help you. I actually look at that as a really great thing.
Yeah, no, it was, it was great to have him there during that time, just to kind of, with a vent when I was going through different things, and knowing that, he can also, confide in me. So.
Do you guys still talk to each other?
Yeah, we do.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you talk about?
So, I have a podcast coming out. So he was one of my guests on there.
Okay.
And just life after football, what he's doing with his family, and new baby. Just things friends normally talk about. Just keeping track with one another and see how you're doing.
So you did have a lot of success with the Ravens in 2015 until you got injured, broke your arm. Do you think that your career would have played out differently had that not happened?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I was having a pretty decent year that year, but I was still very much, I would say, a senior on the roster. Mm-hmm. I was aged 30. I want to say during that time.
So old.
30. Yeah. I was the old man in
That's insane.
In the locker room and in the running back room. So, who knows? I think everything happens for a reason. And I had my time. I had a wonderful time in Baltimore. Made it to a Pro Bowl, and got a big contract, and things worked out.
So you and your wife have 3 kids now, but I heard a story, a crazy one, that you guys were in a car in a blizzard and you almost gave, or not you, but your wife almost gave birth to your second child in the car?
Yes. So it was in February. It was Valentine's Day, so I had Valentine's plans with my wife. And we're going out to see Lauryn Hill in D.C.
Nice.
Baltimore to D.C. is not that long of a drive.
No.
So we're going out, and...
Was this on her due date, by the way?
No. This was...
Because that's risky.
No. This was early.
Okay.
This was early. So we were going out to hang out, and we grabbed some food, and was about to leave the kids with the babysitter. And she felt the contractions, and so we're like, okay. We didn't go to like a hospital. Like we were like in a birthing center because we were like natural birth. And,
okay.
So we had to drive like 45 minutes, hour out. So she's in there, I'm driving, and she's screaming. And my older son is in the back seat. So we're playing Disney songs to keep him calm. And then my wife is screaming in the passenger seat, throwing up. And I'm just like, okay. This is a lot right now. And then snow starts coming down. And then it's not like regular snow. It is like blizzard snow. Like I can barely see in front of me. And we're driving. Remember, I'm telling you, this is 45 minutes, an hour away.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, she's getting louder. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to have to pull over.
Did you think you were going to have to deliver the baby yourself?
I was thinking, it was going through my mind. I was trying to remember growing up, like, okay, Doogie Howser, what would he do during this time? And,
right.
And so fortunate enough, she held strong. And then we made it to the birthing center.
Oh my gosh.
Had it right away.
Well, I'm glad you guys made it all right.
Yes. I'm glad
You're all
I didn't have to
happy
deliver.
happy and healthy.
Yes, for sure.